1,658,280 people are found food insecure in Illinois. 20.1% to 35% is the food insecurity rate in Rogers Park. 125,848 are estimated to be homeless in Chicago during the 2014-2015 school year.
We volunteered at St. Thomas of Canterbury Church doing a soup kitchen. At the soup kitchen, we basically set up the dessert table so guests could walk in and they could take their dessert to their table when they went to sit down. While we were doing that, Jim, who has been the temporary director of the soup kitchen for 38 years, this will be his 39th, gave us a talk about why we do this, how it is the religious thing to do, how we should serve those who can't and should not expect anything back. He encouraged us to interact with the guests when they showed up, treat them with respect, because that's what they will do to us. We learned that most of the guests coming will probably have physical disabilities, mental disabilities. Some of them are employed but yet are assumed not to be. The soup kitchen is a place where they come to relax and enjoy themselves and eat a meal that they don't typically receive. We were partnered together. One person would carry a tray and the other would serve the soup to those who sit down. And we were encouraged to engage with the guests, talk about them, ask how their day was, be very polite, warm smile, and it was really great to see them happy and appreciative to finally have a meal. Afterwards, we cleaned up, bussed down the tables, put away old soup cans that weren't used, and by the end of it, we dropped off all the leftovers at a nearby nursing home.
St. Thomas of Canterbury is a Catholic church that hosts a soup kitchen and is located just a couple minutes away from the Lawrence Red Line stop in Uptown. The church and the community itself are committed to diversity, education, and social justice outreach in the Uptown neighborhood. Not only does this church host a soup kitchen, but it also hosts a food pantry and a clothing room, two programs that anyone can volunteer in and aim at aiding anyone that are in need of food and clothing. The soup kitchen program itself aims at not only providing meals for the homeless and the houseless, but it also encourages volunteers to be friendly and considerate to its guests due to the church's intent of becoming a home for those who need one.
When we actually went to the soup kitchen and started working, I was really surprised at how easily I fell into the position of host, being that I was new to the soup kitchen and had absolutely no experience in how it was run. But when I was actually there, it was so easy to just interact with the guests as a host and a person there to serve them. And the guests made it really, really easy to fall into that position really easily.
This was not my first time doing community service. I've done community service for my church in the past. However, this was not only my first time doing soup kitchen, and I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend for anyone to do it. But this was also the first time that I stopped and thought, why am I doing this? After some time of thinking, I realized that there is a bigger meaning in doing not just a soup kitchen, but just community service in general. And I discovered that this bigger meaning is that life is not all about receiving, but rather it is all about giving.
Working at the soup kitchen was a very eye-opening experience. It was very surprising to see all of the people and the variety of people. You typically just picture a homeless person and someone in old clothes or not well groomed, but there were people in business jackets. There was a kid who turned 7 years old that day. Like, there's really no telling who is homeless and who isn't. You can't really see a person for who they are just by their looks. So I thought it was really interesting to see such a variety in the soup kitchen. I learned to be less judgmental towards the homeless. I'm going to be honest, I kind of have a very closed mind, but when I see them, I realize that the well, get off my lawn, get off the park bench isn't really like directed towards who these people really are. They're very nice. I had a couple of very pleasing interactions with them. They are extremely grateful for all the things we do, and it was just a great experience, and I would definitely do it again.
The Jesuit value that the soup kitchen most strongly connects with is service that promotes justice. Loyola promotes this value by preparing you to be a citizen who can use your knowledge and skills to ensure freedom of inquiry, the pursuit of truth, and compassion for others. As for its connection with the soup kitchen, the program itself promotes social justice by encouraging people to volunteer to prepare and serve meals for the homeless and the houseless, which, by Loyola's definition, teaches these volunteers to ensure compassion for others who are at a disadvantage, as well as bringing more awareness to this cause.
There are many other organizations in Chicago that work towards ending hunger in Chicago and just helping out the people who are hungry. And one of those places is the Greater Chicago Food Bank. The Greater Chicago Food Bank does three things, which are soup kitchens, they run food pantries, and they run a mobile food distribution program, which is a mobile pantry that brings food to areas that are in high need of food but don't have many pantries nearby. The Greater Chicago Food Bank gets their food from various sources, including companies and organizations who run food drives. If you want, you can go to their website and run a food drive through your local organization of choice. Not only do they provide food help, they actually provide job training for people who want to go into the food service industry. You can also go to their website and to find out how you can help specifically. They need volunteers to help load food and stuff on the trucks, and they take donations. The Chicago Coalition for the Homeless works more with the homeless part of the cause, and they do a variety of programs that create housing and improve services and opportunities for people who are homeless or at risk of being homeless. And on their website, they take donations as well. I'm ready. A Just Harvest is another organization that works in this area to help end hunger. And they run a community kitchen, work to win fair public policies for hungry people, and create economic opportunities for those same people. You can donate on their website or volunteer for them. And you can even volunteer for their community kitchen, which is just up by the Howard Center. So we're up here on the second floor, Demon. This is Campus Ministry Community Service in Action. On Tuesdays and Fridays, come here at 2:30 and you can come do what we did.